9418. Looking for top tier recording and engineering, high quality mixing and mastering, or beats? Book your slot on the Booksy app or call 219-750-9418. We turn up all genres: rap, hip hop, R&B, pop, country, reggaeton. We got you covered here at Critical Diverse Productions. Book on the Booksy app or call 219-750-9418. Perfect.
Here's how you listen to My Radio Chicago. Go to www.supportdistrictradio.com. You will see the My Radio Chicago icon. Under it, click Discover Chicago. Once you're in, click the arrow key to listen to the personalities on My Radio Chicago. My Radio Chicago on the Support District Radio Network.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, it is another Saturday here in Chicago. It's your girl, Miss All Purpose, live on All Purpose Radio, right here on My Radio Chicago. Man, listen, it is cold outside. Okay, I hope you are somewhere warm with some hot chocolate. And I mean, now listen, this is what, because I haven't been out in 2 days. What I realized is people got to come outside. You got to go to work. Now, my car, on the other hand, was not very happy. And anyway, I had to take my mama's car. So shout out to my mama's car. I'm giving my mama's car a big round of applause here. Where's my applause? Oh, there it is. Right here. All right. Well, I have a very exciting show today. I have my special guest, Dr. Crystal Hines-Mays. Let's give her a round of applause. Yay! I'm so excited to have her here. Thank you for braving the cold.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, I got to turn your mic on. There you go. Say something.
Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, and then pull it closer to you a little bit.
There you go.
All right, we are in the same room now.
Yay.
All right, I am going to introduce Dr. Hines, Dr. Crystal. I never call it Dr. Crystal, so I'm going to try it today. Dr. Crystal. Dr. Crystal Hines-Mays is a board-certified family medicine physician, fellow of the American Academy of Family Physicians, medical educator, author, and certified life coach. With over 2 decades of clinical and coaching experience, she blends medicine, education, spiritual formation, and transformational guidance to help individuals heal and rise. She is the founder of Inspire, INSPIRE, LLC, and Inspire Ministries, where she leads people from crisis to clarity through growth, restoration, and empowerment. Please welcome Dr. Crystal Hines-Mays, here to ignite transformation and help you step boldly into the life you've been waiting for.
Yay. Thank you for the introduction. I loved it. That was my resume. And again, I'm Dr. Crystal. I'm Dr. Crystal Hines-Mays. I am Dr. Inspire. So again, I'm just going to repeat. I'm a family practitioner. I've worked for over 20 years in all types of environments, urgent cares, offices, medical director. I am a licensed, certified life coach, author, seminary student at the Chicago Theological Seminary. In addition to that, I am the founder of Inspire Ministries and Inspire LLC.
Yes.
Thank you again for inviting me out.
Well, thank you. So, okay, I want to start here, but I want to start there. But I want to start here just because of the weather in Chicago. Sure. Do you have any tips on staying warm and staying alive in this weather from a medical perspective?
Absolutely. So first way to stay warm, stay alive, stay out the cold. Yes, that's the most obvious way. Stay out the cold. But if you do have to come out in the cold, protect yourself. First, the biggest place that you lose your the energy and the warmth in your body is through your head. Put a hat on. Okay, yes, I know we want to keep our hair looking good at all times, but put a hat on, protect your hands, protect your feet, hats, gloves, scarves, warm coats, and layers. Yes, layers. If you're going out, know where you're going and get back in.
Know where you're going. That listen,
and get back in.
That is so important because when I left out the door, my mom's like, "Okay, be safe. Stay covered up out there." I said, "Oh, I'll be back before you know it. Don't you worry about that." So thank you for that tidbit.
Sure.
All right. So back to you. So how did you even become a doctor? How did you go to medical school? Give us a little bit of young Crystal. Who did she want to be? Did you always want to be a doctor? Tell us a little bit about that history.
I'd love to tell you about that story. Okay, I was ultra introverted. Okay. Ultra introverted. I was an ultra nerd. And so I was one of those children that read books all the time, encyclopedias, dictionaries. But at 8 years old, I decided I wanted to be a doctor.
Okay.
Didn't know what that looked like. Just felt good. Enjoyed reading about the sciences and enjoyed learning about the human body. So that was the beginning. And so as time went forward, I was always a great student, AB student, honor student in high school, honor student in college, went to some of the better colleges, the University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana, ILL. Well, if you knew, you say I-N-I, but that's okay. We're going to let that go today. I completed my medical school training at UIC here in Chicago at the College of Medicine. And then I went on to my residency at Advocate Christ Hospital, which is located in Oak Lawn.
Okay.
I completed my residency. But to just backtrack a little bit, I always had an interest in medicine. Always started at the age of 8. Again, didn't know what that looked like.
Okay.
Didn't know what all of the details were, but that's where it began.
So you are the original Dr. McStuffins.
You know what? I do like purple. My hair kind of look like that.
But she helps show all kids and also children of color that you can be a doctor.
Absolutely. And guess where? I'm a resident of Chicago, Limb Bloom, Swoop. So listen, I've always been on that journey. And so proud person of the South Side of Chicago, single parent. My mother was a single parent. She was a Chicago public school teacher. She raised us by herself. And so, yes. So if you want to say that I'm a Doc McStuffin, that's fine. I take it.
Yeah. No, that's because, again, because we aren't always represented in the media or in TV.
Absolutely.
So I know my daughter loved that. So did you always want to go in general medicine, or how did you decide what your specialty was going to be?
It chose me.
Okay.
I wanted to do OB-GYN, but honestly, I'm gonna let you know, when I had to wake up at 2-3 in the morning and deliver babies and them women up in there screaming and hollering, I'm like, I'm over it. So when I went and did my not residency, but my rotation for family medicine, I enjoyed seeing the kids, the adults. I enjoyed the gynae part. I enjoyed all aspects of family medicine. So I think it just really chose me.
Okay. Gary G-Man Curry shouts out Limb Bloom. So I guess he's one of you. He went to Limb Bloom
One time.
Good morning, Gary. Gary is a frequent viewer here at All Purpose Radio. I also want to give a shout out to Kenneth Whaley. You can drop your comments in the comment section. If you have any questions for Dr. Crystal, make sure you put those there as well. All right. So you become a doctor and you start practicing, but now you're ready to help people transform their lives. So tell us about your personal story that led you down this particular road. And also, how did you get into ministry as well?
All right. So here we go. It's been, on the outside, it looked very polished. Okay. So travel with me.
Let's go.
I want you to
on a journey.
Just walk with me for a minute.
Yeah.
On the outside, it looked very polished.
Okay.
But if we back up a little bit and go to my childhood, it was chaos. Okay. I watched my alcoholic dad beat up physically and mentally my well-educated mom. I watched her endure that pain. I am a child survivor also of physical and mental abuse, sexual abuse, mental abuse as well. But I was taught to be the good girl, get great grades and eat all my food and make my bed. And I learned that you receive love through your actions. It was transactional. But I really learned to be a survivor. And I just felt that if I kept doing the right thing, that I would get the right love.
Okay. Okay.
And in that process, I learned to really ignore myself. And I learned to ignore my feelings.
Okay.
I learned to push them down. Just as long as I was succeeding, just as long as it looked good from the outside, it didn't matter what it looked like on the inside. So I carried that with me.
Okay.
I carried that through grammar school. I carried that into high school and college. I carried that through relationships, choosing the wrong ones, feeling that if I did enough, then I would get what I needed, which was love, acceptance, and worth. And so that was the beginning of the journey.
And so what was the breaking point where you said, I cannot live like this anymore? Or what was that moment that the you that was playing that part got tired and was like, okay, hold up. This is not going to work. When was that defining moment or moments? Not when as in like years, but what was that moment?
It was years.
Okay,
It was years.
okay.
I mean, it was really years. And so, again, let me just go back a little bit. From the outside, people were like, oh, you're the doctor, right? And so I'm out of residency. I met the love of my life, right? And we buying houses and cars, and we traveling, and we married, and we having kids. And again, from the outside, it looked good. But on the inside, I felt disconnected. I didn't feel I didn't feel like I earned this. I didn't feel worthy of it. I felt like I was looking across the room at somebody else's life. I was very anxious, very overwhelmed.
Okay.
I did a lot of things to sabotage it. I would go throughout my life sabotaging jobs, friendships, everything, because I didn't feel connected to that. And so one day, after maybe 12 hours of working, I came home, and my husband, he asked me, how were things at work? And I said, they were good. And he said, because I always complain, but I said, this time it was good. And he said, well, what made it good? I said, I quit.
Okay.
I quit. And I let it all go.
Okay.
I let it go.
Okay.
And so at that moment, when I let it go, I had to uncover what made me feel so disconnected from this incredible life that I had built. Okay. And so at that point, I stepped back from it. I stepped back from work. I was very overweight. I was very anxious. I cried all the time. I didn't sleep at night. And so I went and got myself some help.
Okay. So you went to a therapist?
I did a little bit more than therapy.
Oh,
okay. So lots of help. First and foremost, I surrendered. I surrendered my life.
Okay.
I had been doing it all, drinking, hanging out, dyed my hair 3 and 4 colors.
Okay.
Not to say there's anything wrong with dye, but
okay.
I was tripping. I was running. I was running. I was escaping.
Okay.
I was trying to find what felt good because all that I had built, that didn't feel good. Okay. So, I went and got some help.
Okay.
First, I surrendered my life to God. And I got a lot of spiritual help from some spiritual advisors.
Okay. That was the question I was thinking of, like your village, like who, or whether it was a new village or the old village, who was there to help you and, hold your hand and
absolutely
pray for you and all that.
Absolutely. So the village that I had, I couldn't go back to that one because that village was my escape village. So I had to find a new one. And so went to church, found me some spiritual advisors, went and found me a good therapist. Okay. And we worked through some different things from my childhood. Again, I finally admitted that I had been abused. And through EMDR, which is eye movement desensitization reprocessing, which is a type of therapy. She helped me to heal from that.
Mm-hmm.
She helped me to heal from that and forgive.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive a lot of things that happened in my childhood. Then I went to a doctor, not me as the doctor, but I went to a doctor and I wanted to find out, wait, why am I so overweight? Why am I just, I was in poor health. I was always anxious. I was always crying. I was always gravitating towards the wrong food. So going to nutritionists and going to the doctor and going to the therapist, spiritual advisors, and even lawyers, right? Because I had my life was just chaos. On the outside, it looked good. On the inside, financially, I was falling apart. And so I just had to do a deep dive. And so I started fasting. I learned to fast.
Okay.
Right? And so this meant taking time to examine the foods that didn't work for me, the friends that didn't work for me, the environments that didn't work for me.
How did it affect your marriage?
I got a divorce.
Oh,
That had to go too.
okay.
That's part of it.
Okay.
And I'm not saying anything about the father of my children. He's a great person. But I had to recognize that not everything could stay when I was going on this on this new journey.
Okay.
Okay. So in that process, I walked, I fasted, I prayed, I chose better foods. I lost over 80 pounds.
Naturally.
No shots, no surgeries, no pills.
Okay.
And the anxiety came down naturally. The disconnection, I felt now connected, more healthy, more whole.
Did you journal?
Journal? Absolutely. I journal by physically writing it out, verbally journaling. But most importantly, I found some peace in this process.
Yeah.
Peace.
That's the best thing you can give yourself.
Yes.
That is the best thing
in this process. And so that was something that I just felt so disconnected from. And so it was a very uncomfortable space to see myself. I had 5 friends, a spiritual advisor. I had a therapist, a good doctor. I had a good attorney. And most importantly, I had an accountability partner.
Yes.
So I had 2 of them, by the way. One of them was they were both my cousins, right?
Okay.
One cousin, she was sweet and she had a little soft voice and she would say things just very kind to me. And the other one was just downright hood.
Okay.
And she told it to me she told it to me the way I needed to hear it. And one of her famous statements was, take a look at yourself, look in the mirror and tell me, what do you see? And I did not want to see it. But when I took the time to examine who I was, when I took the time to heal from my past, I felt whole. And I felt that, hey, wait a minute. When I talked to patients and they would come in and on one side of the door, they were all perfect. And on the other side of the door, before the door closed, well, tears were just running out their eyes. And I felt that the stories were connected. I'm like, wow, this is the exact same thing that I feel. And people, they would tell me on a regular basis, you see me, you hear me. And I felt that if I could get healed, if I could get aligned, why can't they? So that's when Inspire came about. Okay. Igniting new and successful partnerships to increase, rejuvenate, and empower. It started just for women. Okay. But then I noticed that men were having the same problems too. They felt disconnected. They felt overwhelmed. You look all polished on the outside, but on the inside, you just crumbling apart.
Yes. Yes. A couple of things. Number one, accountability partners. I got to give a shout out to my accountability partner, Mr. Frank Kitchen. We met through the Black National Speakers Association. We participated in a mastermind where we work off Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. Yeah. And so you have to get an accountability partner. So Frank and I have been accountability partners for going on 6 years in May.
Wow.
We meet every Friday. We met every Friday since May 2020. Y'all remember 2020? We meet every week since May 2020, and having the right accountability partner literally can help change and transform your
Absolutely.
life. I just spoke on a panel last week about masterminds. And the question was like, what do you consider one of the best parts of being in a mastermind? And I spoke about having my accountability partner, which is Frank Kitchen. And I said, when you have the right accountability partner, you have a space to be vulnerable.
Absolutely.
And having a space to be vulnerable, you can lay it all out and have somebody help you work through each and everything that you need to work through. And so Frank and I, we have just built such a foundation and a relationship. And, you know, like I tell people, you know, it's nice to have somebody when you're in the trenches, but Frank and I both have won awards and have accomplishments in the last 6 years. But it's also nice to be behind the scenes. So when the person goes up to get that award or whatever it is, you're just so proud of yourself. Absolutely. And your accountability partner, and having somebody to bounce ideas off of, and just, again, having a place to be vulnerable. And then you spoke about inspiring men. And what I found is, and I'm going to speak to Black men because that's who I talk to the most. They carry so much weight and they have to be protectors and providers and all of these things in their households, outside of their households, being Black in America, being Black in the world. And they really do appreciate safe spaces.
That's right.
Where they can say, I'm overwhelmed. I have a buddy who, his child has some criminal issues, and then he married a girl that got some criminal issues. They both have mental issues. And through all this, in the last 5 years, they bore 3 daughters. Wow. So my friend and his wife are taking care of 3 girls under 5. Jeez. That are not their children. They were heading toward retirement. Like, they traveling, they're doing all the things. And so his son and the daughter-in-law are now, because they go in and out of jail. And so we talk all the time, but they appreciate having a space, because you got to be strong at home, right? So can I really show my wife, you know, I don't want to take care of these kids. You know what I mean? Can I say that, like, you know, and not be a fight, right? You know? And so, but Black men really do appreciate having a space and a place. Well, sometimes it's just saying it, not to say he's not going to take care of the kids, but just to say it's too much.
It is.
It's too much. I've raised my kids. Now I'm on this second journey trying to help my kid. And when him and the girl got married, he was like, he told the wife, he's like, this is not a good idea. Anyway, so they got married, and that girl's mother, the daughter-in-law, she has 2 adult children with autism. Wow. And she's already got her hands full. So she's like, I can't take no grandkids because I still have to, you know, parent these other kids. So I'm so happy that you've created these spaces for men and women to transform and become who God wants them to be. Absolutely. So tell us about that. So what does your coaching look like? Are you taking clients, or you're just building? Just tell us what's going on, and what's kind of the steps you're going on.
So I'm gonna back up a little bit. Okay. First, thanks for sharing that story, because it brought something to my mind. We all got the same story out here. I take that back. We don't have the same story, but we all have a story. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We all have a story. And one thing that I have learned, is to do this more. See this? Yes. Right here? Yes. See, I'm so busy blah, 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 telling you my story that I have to stop myself some days and lean back and create a safe space for you. Now, you know, in a doctor's office, right? I looked this up. On average, doctors get 17 minutes to take care of people's needs. So in 17 minutes, you got to tell me your story. We got to go through some vitals. We got to do an exam. We got to come up with a diagnosis. We got, can I stop right there?
Yeah.
You know, that's hard, right?
Yes.
You know, that's hard. And listen, I got a lot of patience. Okay. I've been in a lot of different arenas. And so patients have followed me. Praise them. So what I'm learning to do is open spaces up for them to reach back out to me or me to call them, because I realized something. I'm not just helping them. Guess what they're doing for me?
They helping you?
They growing me.
They
growing me.
Yes.
They growing me, because I feel that everything that happens in our life has a purpose.
Yes.
And it's not just for us. It's to help somebody else. So all this hurt that I went through as a child, I'm watching my mama get beat up. The chaos is what I call it, right? Chaos. But God healed me. Now, in Inspire, do I use Inspire spiritually to thump it on people's back? No. I love religion. However, not everybody is at that point or even wants to be at that point. So Inspire holds 4 pillars. Okay. And then I'll talk about Inspire Ministries. The 4 pillars are: 1, I'm a physician, right? So I'm going to talk to you about your medical needs. And that's also mental health needs as well.
I'm going to type the 4 pillars while you're talking.
All right. And it's on my website as well, drinspire.org. You can always go onto the website.
I'll do that. What's your website?
www.drinspire.org. And so you can take a look at that on the website if you need more detail. And you can also reach out to me, right? But first pillar, I'm a medical physician. Right. So I'm going to listen to your story. I'm going to listen to your medical issues, mental health issues, medication, so on and so forth in Inspire, which is outside of what we do in the office. Again, average visit in the office is 17 minutes. Under Inspire, we have countless time that we can just take our time and listen to the story and help you medically. That's pillar 1. Pillar 2, medical education. I don't want to just bring you the information. I want to teach you how to take a look internally into your mind and your environment to help yourself medically and mentally with your mental health. So I do a lot of medical education. That's the 2nd pillar. 3rd pillar happens to do with spirituality. Again, not everybody has a spiritual or religious need, but I try and teach and encourage people to look inward. And when you look inward, you're able to determine what your needs are. And then the last piece is about transformation. Okay, that's the last pillar of Inspire. And so the goal is not just to heal, but the goal is to align with your purpose, your worth, your desires, the things that you journal about, the things that you put onto your vision boards, not just to keep writing them out every year. I found myself writing the same stuff out every year. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. I need you to stop and figure out how to change and transform in order to execute and accomplish these goals. And so that's the last part of Inspire, transformation.
Nice. And, hearing you talk, because you said the patients were helping you and you helped them. But this is something my mentor says, not only are you helping them and they're helping you, but you're helping the generations, you're helping their family, their households. Because if you live in a chaotic household, you're everybody in that household, I don't want to just say your children, but whoever's in that household is experiencing that chaoticness.
That's right.
All at the same time. Right. And so you're not only helping change and transform them, but then their kids and then their kids. And if it keeps going, then you save some generations of maybe choosing the wrong person or marrying the wrong person or making the wrong choice or, maybe becoming addicted to substance abuse. You change everybody that's going to come. And so now you're building this legacy.
That's right.
Of healthy individuals.
That's right.
When I was 30 and I had picked the wrong guy, but I was like, I need to go to therapy because I knew my parents divorced when I was 5, right? And so what I learned from going through therapy, number one, it's not the divorce that's the problem. It's how the parents handle the divorce that's the problem. And so when I went to therapy when I was 30, because I was depressed when I was 30, and I was like, what is going on here? Anyway, so I went to therapy, and through therapy, the therapist said, well, have you ever gotten your parents' side of the story? And I was like, I have not. Talked to my mother, and I talked to my father. These people should never been married in the first place. Back in those days, if you got pregnant, your parents still had a say. So my father's father and my mother's mother, they was like, oh, y'all getting married. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Y'all getting married because she was pregnant. Right. So I think it lasted. So I guess my sister's now 4 years older than me. So maybe they was married 10 years. They were married 10 years, but I was 5. But once I spoke to both of them, I realized they shouldn't have been married. But the reality of it was I was holding on to their stuff. It wasn't even my stuff.
That's right.
And so I politely gave their stuff back to them because I was like, and even previous to that, I had made some life altering decisions based off my hurt and pain from when I was 5, right? But it wasn't even my hurt and pain. I mean, it was, man, but the reality of it was, had they just handled things differently, had I been supported emotionally and mentally from the divorce, I had one grandmother was like, them kids ain't married. But it was funny because she singled us out, my sister and I, because our parents we were the grandkids, our parents got divorced. So we needed therapy. But my other cousins, one was my aunt was married to an alcoholic. The other aunt was married. He wasn't physical abusive, he was verbally abusive. So the reality was all the grandkids needed therapy, but she's kind of singled us because, divorce is like totally taboo, right? But she singled us out just because of the word divorce, right? But the reality of it was I gave them their stuff back, and then I started to make decisions off myself and not off past hurt. Right. And I've been a peaceful person for a long time. So just being able to live and enjoy your peace. And so when life happens and trials and tribulations, and when you have a relationship with God, that was one of the things my grandparents and my grandfather, he always took us to church, like always. But when you're able to live in a peaceful place and rely on God, and God is, things are going to happen in life, whether it's you, whether it's your children, your adult children, like you're going to have to handle stuff. But having a place like where nothing can take your peace, nothing can take your joy, having those elements, having that foundation, you can make better decisions.
Absolutely.
And you can acknowledge, you know what? Is this hurt or this or that, so that you can live a life of being prosperous. And when you have goals, right, you can be intentional about them and understanding who you can share them with, who you can't share them with. But that's a whole nother show about your environment. But, being able to, I know that my children live a great life because I did my work.
That's right.
I know that. And it shows in them. Like, these are some great kids. You know what I mean? And of course, they're going to be making their own decisions as they're getting older. But when you're able to look in the mirror and say, you are at peace with yourself. You're at peace with the decisions you make. You know why you make a decision. You don't have to blame it on anybody else. Oh, because my mama this or my daddy that. When you get to that place in life where you can show up fully as yourself in any room you're in, any table you're in, life just becomes more enjoyable.
It becomes more and purposeful. And,
yes,
and that's what it's all about. Thanks for sharing that. And a lot of what you talked about, I can relate to. I had to and I don't know if you felt this way, I had to forgive my parents.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I had to. Do you know my therapist? Let me tell you what she did. Not to get too deep into this, but do you know she told me that a lot of what I played out in my young adulthood and the choices that I made, even with friendships and spouse and things like that, are a result of what happened before I was even born. She said my body in utero was being bathed in those hormones of anxiety and high cortisol.
Okay.
And I said, oh, wow. Wait, that's deep. I said, so wait a minute, before I even hit the face of this earth, I was already predestined to make these choices. And so initially I didn't forgive my mother. I was mad at my dad for the choices that they made and the things that we saw as children. But then through more education, through more therapy, seeing the doctor, my 5 friends, my accountability partner, right? I learned to forgive them. And so when patients come in, when I work with people through Inspire, we do a deep dive. And people ask me, well, how long is this program? It doesn't have a time. There's no rush to healing. There's no rush to healing. But what I found is that when people, patients, friends tell me their story, I'm a busy woman, but I realize that it's a gift for them, that they're giving me the opportunity to hear their story because it allows me to grow. It allows me to grow. And it allows me to then chime back into their life and say, okay, if I can't help you, I know who can. Or so in Inspire, also under Inspire LLC, I work with different therapists. I work with different spiritual advisors. And so if I can't help, I work with different doctors. If I can't help them, then I can point them to someone that can. So I found that this has been the most incredible journey. It's scary. It's scary because and I asked God, wait a minute, I'm a doctor. But wait, you want me to do something else? You want me to do this too? And he said, yes, it's through his strength and it's not through mine. And so that's where Inspire Ministries came from. Because again, I'm back in school. Wait, I'm in seminary. What am I doing in seminary? What is this all about? Hold on, wait, I got a prayer line. I'm jumping on Bible studies and this, that, and the other. Why? And I found that it gives me that fuel, that energy to continue to listen to people's story, to continue to grow in my heart, the compassion and the desire to help people heal. Because healing is not just a medical thing. Most of our healing comes through our mind. Patients come in nowadays talking about weight loss, right? That's the huge thing, right? And I tell them, they ask me all the time, how'd you lose the weight? I said, I changed my mind. I changed my mind. And so, and really, what does that mean? That means I healed in my mind. And so I was able to lay down certain foods. I was able to go days and days without eating, but just pouring in energy from God and from the environment in the world, and learning different techniques on how to sustain myself so I could continue that weight loss journey.
I want to remind you, you are listening to All Purpose Radio with your girl, Miss All Purpose, right here on My Radio Chicago with my special guest, Dr. Crystal Hines-Mays. You got a few shout outs here, Dr. Hines. Antoine Fountain says, salute ladies, keep up the good God work. One of your previous, I'm going to tell this story. I got to drink some water, but I'm going to tell this story. Hold up. One of your past patients. And this is my girl. We went to CBS together. Kaisha McLemore. She said, "Good day, ladies. Crystal used to be my doctor before she left a practice I was going to. It's good to see her." Mm-hmm. And Kaisha, myself, and another gentleman, his name is Riddell Brown. Kaisha, how long has it been? Let's say easy 10 years. So Riddell is in Oklahoma. He's a firefighter. But we all went to CVS together, and Riddell came out a year before us. So Riddell started this Facebook group. It's called, I don't think it was even called Firefighter Fitness at the time, but it's just a Facebook group. Maybe it's like 15 of us in there now. But you post your workouts in there. It's an accountability group. Okay. And you post your workouts. And that's another one of those vulnerable spaces where we have to post our workout, or just that you worked out, or something pertaining to the workout. But also, if I see Kaisha hasn't posted in like a month or 2 months or 3 months, I can check out to her and say, "Hey, are you all good? I see you haven't like posted any of your workouts or whatever." Because for those of us that love working out, you were talking about mental. Well, something can happen to you. And if that mental goes left and you not doing the things that your normal routine, it can just throw you all off. And so we have this space on Facebook where we can say, "Hey, I haven't worked out in 4 weeks because whatever, my grandfather died." You know what I mean? Whatever that is. But having that people to support you to say, "Okay, well, just start with 2 days a week," or whatever it might be, but being able to have a place where you can be supported, yes, and you can be vulnerable. And sometimes Riddell, he does like little challenges, whatever the little, physical workout challenges, or sometimes it'll be mental, right? Okay. It'll be read a book, read a Bible verse, whatever, and then maybe a 30-day challenge. So shout out to Kaisha. That is my girl. I love me some Kaisha. She's been A1 since day one. So we go way back.
A1 since day one. Oh my God. I just want to chime in and say this really quick about that. Since COVID, the world has separated, right? Mm-hmm. People went in their house. We don't forgot how to visit people now. We don't even know how to write letters. We barely send Christmas cards. But what I found is that we still have a desire to have a connection. And so even through text, what I found that I'm doing is I write little letters to friends and say, let's be accountability partners. And we'll chime back and forth across the week and share our stories with one another. And I encourage people to do that because we need connection. In order for us to grow, in order for us to thrive, we need that connection. We need physical connection to see each other. But if we don't have that, definitely to have some sort of electronic connection. And that's something else that Inspire offers, is that it helps you to build that connection. Because a lot of times when we distance ourselves from people, that's when the negativity comes in, the escapism, the depression, the anxiety, the overeating, the medical problems, hypertension, diabetes, so on and so forth. So I congratulate you guys for having that connection. And again, I encourage people. I push myself. I'm like, I want to wall off some days. And I'm like, no, don't do it. And so that is an extremely important part of our existence.
Okay. It has been such a pleasure. Wasn't this easy?
You know what? This was easy. This went by faster than I thought. Oh my God, I got so much more. I got to figure out how to do this on my own. Yeah, I want to thank you.
Oh my God.
Me out. I loved it. I was all nervous about this. I got it.
So listen, as we wrap up here, I'm going to throw out, and when this is one of the questions that you brought up, for the person listening right now who feels accomplished but exhausted, strong but empty, what do you want them to know is possible for them? Leave them with some advice.
You can feel grounded, free, and aligned. We're not looking for perfectionism, but we're looking for connection to your dreams and to your purpose. And through Inspire, we can help you to create that. So again, my goal is to help you to find your purpose, to find your worth, to heal, align, and rise.
Nice. And tell them where they can go and find you again online.
Drinspired.org. You can reach out to me on TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. You can message me. Very easy to contact me. I even put my personal cell out there for people, but contact me through the website.
Thank you so much. Let's give Dr. Hines a big round of applause. I hope you'll come back and join us again.
I will.
And then you can have me on your podcast.
You know what? This was easier than I thought. I gotta get this together. I gotta figure it out. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hines. I want to remind you, you can purchase my book, Fearless Advocates. All you have to do is go to fearlessadvocates.com. I help caregivers become better advocates for them and those that they care for. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of them at Miss All Purpose, MSALLPURPOSE. You can join me right here every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's your girl, Miss All Purpose, on All Purpose Radio on My Radio Chicago. Have a good day.
Sunday.
Oh, yeah.